Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we are back with another exciting episode of Victoria 2 Heart of Darkness, Italy. I want to start this video off with an apology. This series, between updates, it's long and in between. Man, I can't even speak correctly. It's between videos, it's a while. And I just want to thank you guys, all of you who have stuck around and continued to watch. I very much appreciate it. And I'm hoping this week and most of next week I'll be able to get videos out sort of on a daily or semi-daily, well, not semi-daily, but at least 2 or 3 episodes a week. I've got my last round of eye treatment on the 1st, and so then that'll be another week of downtime, followed by hopefully everything going just fine with my vision after that. So here's hoping, anyway. So thank you guys for sticking around. I do appreciate it. And where we were last time, basically getting the tensions increased in Austria, keeping our empire expanding in places where it makes sense. In fact, let's take a look at all the places where it makes sense to be spending points. Really, we should be spending points in Mexico, because they are in our sphere, and we know the US is going to try and come in and be jerks about it. So let's make sure they're represented. We definitely want to keep Brazil in the mix too, but it's not as critical. Of course, the UK and the US are getting involved. But do we really need to be spending this many points on Macron? Probably not. We don't need to worry about Orange at all there, because the Brits, they're going to take that without question. What else we got? Peru? They're friendly, but we don't need to be spending that many points. Serbia, it's going to be tricky. And really, we're only cordial, so we don't really need to worry about them. We don't need to worry about them at all, really. Let's just cut Serbia right out. And Venezuela, we'll keep going. But once they're in, that won't really matter. And if we take a look, our sphere is not that big. We got Mexico, Brazil, and Albania. So we want to try and keep what we got there and slowly expand. But expand into areas that, kind of make sense, considering where we're already at. Just little things like that. Yeah, I also had a request to take a look at the pops and just see how things are going in the colonies in relation to Italians growing, Italians growing. We'll turn it down to speed 1 while we take a look. So here we've got, 9.6% Northern Italians in Comayuga, San Pedro Sula. We got 24% are Italian. That's crazy. La Ceiba, almost 30% Italian. That's insane. And then in Puerto Lempiria, we've got almost 50% Italian. No, more than that. And we briefly had some Germans, but they left. So that's Honduras. Let's take a look at Hispaniola. See if we can expand that out. And let's just take a look. Port-au-Prince, 8% Italian. Santo Domingo, 37.5% Italian. They are a majority population in Santo Domingo. That's pretty cool. Cape Haitian, 18%. And La Vega, a whopping 42%. That's crazy. We got majorities in 2 regions. Or 2 provinces. That's amazing. We can also check out, our other places, but I don't think our African colonies are going to be too Italianified yet. Yeah, not really. But, slowly but surely, the Italian, people are spreading out. So there's a chance that those Italian colonies could actually wind up becoming cores, which would be pretty groovy if people would finally, realize and understand that we have a right, gosh darn it, to obviously rule over Haiti and Honduras. It makes sense. Anyway, we're still kind of in a waiting pattern to, at least for the African colonialism. And yeah, we got some more opium, but I mean, we could always use more opium, couldn't we? That's always the thing. You always want more drugs. There's always that possibility. Do I have a naval base coming in? We do. That's good because that fleet needs to get repaired. So, you know, we'll do that. Are you part of... Okay, yeah, you're part of the same state. So we won't bother with that. And what we could look at doing, too, is expanding into Oman or other places. Yes, that's why we were going for Makran. But, you know, we can get that in a bit. It would be pretty cool, actually, if we could, you know, sort of get our own little sphere going in the Middle East. Let's see. Spheres of influence. We'll go to Italy. Wish you could zoom out a bit more, but, you know, you can't win them all. We got some blue, we got some yellow, which is good, and green is obviously us. We could also start looking at getting into the Pacific, but as you can see, the Spanish and the Dutch are certainly beating us to the punch. So I don't know how much colonizing will actually take place, or how much of a presence Italy is going to have in Asia. Might not have any. We might just focus on Africa, which is honestly probably the better thing to do. And of course, Europe. We can't forget Austria sits on lands that are rightfully ours. Thankfully, the Prussians like us. And I guess really, until we discover great wars, they're going to be our only great power ally. Which, I mean, you know, we could do far worse. Obviously, we could do better if way back in the day France had remained loyal. But you know, you can't win them all. And we've got some issues with France. There's no question about that. You know, we still have a core on Nice. Do we have a core on all of Savoy? No, we just have a core on Nice, and I would imagine Savoy up in the north here, or Annecy. Anansi? Whatevs. You guys should know by now, pronunciation, not my strong suit. So, yeah. It's just a waiting game. How's our shipping industry doing? Not well. You know, we're expanding paper mills and putting in stables where I'd like shipping to grow. So, you know, that's a little bit of a piss off. But again, you can't win them all. We just gotta kind of roll with it. Why have I got basic industry going in Pugala? Can I remember from so long ago? I guess because we got a bronze factory, that might be why. I'm not really sure. How can you be out of opium? We've conquered 46.22 per day. Whew. My word. That is a lot of opium that thing has to go through. Right, well, let's take a look at, when is that, 1880? Ugh, that's going to be forever. Forever! What do we want? I guess we could do to get some upgraded, machine parts. That might not be a bad idea. We gotta take culture, or commerce here is looking pretty weak, as is, of course, the Navy. It might not be a bad idea to get our naval tech, at least our naval bases up to level 3. I think level 3 would be a good thing to do. We could probably use those quite effectively. I would imagine we got our clerks training, which is good. And how are we doing? Okay, so we're miles ahead of Austria. That's good. The only thing they got us beat on is a much larger military. But that's fine, because, wow, they're even ahead of the Prussians when it comes to military. That is a concern. But I'm sure we'll be able to beat back the Austrians if we need to. Got ourselves some aristocracy, and in fact, I mean, considering war with Austria is going to be happening, we might as well get our forts as expanded as they can. That's... Is it building level 2? I think it is. We'll see here shortly. Just a couple of days wait. So we'll get those up to level 2. I don't think we need to worry about consciousness, so we'll use the propaganda. Right? Because consciousness isn't necessarily a bad thing. People dream of empire. I mean, we've got an empire. It might not be the world's biggest empire, but it's still an empire. This is good. Telegraph coordinates. Things expanding. It's wonderful. Crop rotations are also good. But yeah, at this state, it's just the good old Victoria 2 waiting game. Unless we want to attack Oman. There's always that possibility. How's our... Yeah, I mean, our infamy is right at 0. So really, as long as we don't interfere in Great Britain's sphere, we got plenty of men. Tuberculosis outbreak. Maybe now's not the time to actually invade Oman. But they got more opium, don't they? Just one, though? No, 2. 2 provinces with opium. Considering we're blowing through, what was it? 40-something a day? 46 a day. Yeah, we're gonna need that. Venezuela, add to sphere. That's wonderful. Nobody else seems to care about Venezuela, so we'll drop that out and just, you know, go for the next one in South America, which would be Peru. So we'll bump it up to 2. Because if we go all, you know, we're not spending that much. Peru and Mexico, it looks like the states may be backing out. And in fact, we can just say, hey, you know what? You're cordial with the U.S. now. So deal with it, America. Mexico's not your place to go. And then we should keep that nice and safe. And again, like I say, if we can make all of this green, I would be okay with that. Barring, of course, you know, them. Is Spain still a great power? Spain isn't. I don't know if we want to get involved with Spain. That's too bad. I wish I'd noticed that before. But hey, you know what? What can you do? A police raid against Reggio di Calabria bar tonight has provoked a massive public backlash against police and other authorities. Well, these saloons are becoming a problem. We should do something about it. Maybe. Deep shaft mining, that's wonderful. Tensions are slowly rising. So my hope here is that Prussia will come in and just say, you know, yeah, you can have it. And Austria will say, well, damn, we can't fight it. Although I'm sure someone will come to Austria's aid. They are only allied with Bosnia-Herzegovina, so maybe they won't. Royal supporters gathered outside of the palace in Rome today to celebrate the birth of a new member of the royal family. This ensures the longevity of the Italian dynasty. Unless, of course, we get some sort of communist uprising. Which is possible. Dominican Liberation Movement? No, we're definitely gonna suppress that. Only 326 and no men in the army want to join. We're not gonna act. Now I know I've got a fairly good I've got a fairly good military here, but I don't have any sort of forces in Haiti itself. That's okay. We'll be able to shift them around if needed, I believe. 15. Yeah, we could even increase the cavalry a bit more if we wanted to. I don't think we necessarily want to, but we could if we wanted to. Man, Prussia, I gotta say, I'm a bit worried if we wind up going to war with Austria. Although they've only got, yeah, maybe not. Let's get our forces into position just to show the Austrians that we are serious about this. We don't want them thinking that we're just some kind of weaklings. And I think what we will do is start justifying a war against Oman. Establish a protectorate, right? Yeah, proceed. Because, I mean, why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we want to expand into Oman? And then, I'm not sure if the terrestrial states have anything we want. 8 infamy, that's fine. Not really. And Bahrain, not really. Just a bunch of grain. We can leave those. We don't need those. Of course, we could just go for Saudi Arabia as well. Or Nejd. And really grow. Mobilization, excellent. Shared culture, wonderful. Or there's Ethiopia too. That always goes well for Italy, right? A little colonial invasion of Ethiopia. Let's take a look at the people in Italian Aden. We can remove that. And do we need some in Tukari? We could use some in Tukari. Honestly, we could probably use some in mainland Italy. Clergymen, that is, to just to ensure our literacy rates go as high as they possibly can. As you can see, we want 2% roughly of the clergy, and we've only got 1.29%. Now again, I'm not a numbers guy, but those numbers don't add up. Yay! We've got the Kansai Belli against Oman, so let's use it, shall we? Hello, Oman. Declare war, establish protectorate. Proceed. And by not bringing Prussia in on this, I think we're doing all right by them, and they won't think about leaving our alliance. I hope, anyway. It would suck if that wasn't the case. Let's just... Yeah, they're trying. The U.S. is trying to sneak Mexico. We're not going to let them. Whoa! You're at war with us too? Well, we'll focus on Oman. That's going to take you guys a very long time. Although really what we could do here is go balance. And let's see, good leader, we can select you and tell you to go that way. And there we go. All about just, you know, dividing the forces properly. And hey, if we can wind up taking some land off these guys too. They are suffering through opium problems. It's probably the lack of opium that they're suffering through. The United States have discovered the labyrinth. Lucky bastards. We'll show them. I'm not sure how we'll show them, but we'll show them. And I'm thinking this occupation of Oman is going to go absolutely swimmingly. Yay! More naval base levels. That is wonderful. I do appreciate that. There's really not much we can do until about 1880. Well, we could go... Yeah, we should probably invest in the rest of our military, but... Really... Something like market structure? That's probably not a bad idea to get. Shouldn't take us too long to get it either. Korea's facing a rebellion. I thought they were ruled by the Japanese. But apparently not. Nope, they're just a satellite of China. So, shows what I know. Oh, yeah, so you see... Now the UK has decided to come in and it's like, look, it's not going to happen. So we're not going to be able to fight the UK. That sucks. Stupid Britain. I don't even understand how they're able to do that. Like... If I wanted to, could I join Sweden's war? You cannot join this side because we cannot join a side that has added war goals. Oh, so they just need to be friendly. Yeah. That is annoying. Organize a crapdown. Crapdown. Crackdown. Jeez. My brain noggin's not working today. Merge you guys together. Man, that pisses me off. So we spent 8 infamy for no real reason. Which sucks. I would imagine most of India is probably nicely involved with the UK. It looks like Kutch isn't there, but you know, we're not going to be making much headway in here. Like I say, though, we could get into like Afghanistan and Kalat here. And Afghanistan wouldn't be a bad idea, considering they've got opium. Not much, but considering the amount that we need, every little bit helps. Welcome to the team, Brazil. Happy to have you here. You'll be helpful if we ever wind up getting in a war against the United States. And poor Canada. Wow. Oh no, Canada grew, so Canada got a lot more of its land from Britain, except for British Columbia and Newfoundland. Which is pretty close to being historically accurate now. So, yeah, they got a little taste of what being Irish was like, but, you know, the Canadians fought back. And the Yanks definitely bought Alaska off the Russians. That's sad, but it is what it is. And what do we got here? What's going on in Peru? Can we help? They are fairly far away. They're very far away, come to think of it. I don't know if we'd actually be able to help. Short of marching from Colombia. Well, I think we're just going to have to hope that Peru is able to fight off that revolution they're facing. Okay, hold on. I saw a little pop-up involving Britain. Oh, Workshop of the World. Who cares? Members of the Italian aristocracy gathered at the royal palace in Rome for a gala in honor of the young heir. The event was a huge spectacle with crowds gathered outside to witness the young man as he was presented to them on the palace balcony. We're all very proud of the young baby. Peru. Add to sphere. Beautiful. So now we can knock Peru, because I don't think anybody's getting involved in Peru, are they? Nope. So we don't need anybody in Peru, really. We got Venezuela. So next up, Paraguay, or Uruguay. Why not? This is all good in the hood. Look at that. Then we're going for Uruguay, and then the rest. Oh, things are going to be great. Obviously, Bolivia is in the sphere of the U.S. You know, the U.S. is trying different locations. Let me see, diplomatically. Oh, France and the U.S. are getting in a spat over Colombia, probably to build the canal. Would be my bet. That's the only reason why I'd be getting involved in Colombia. Build that canal. You're a satellite of the Ottoman Empire, so we probably can't form an alliance. That's too bad. I had hoped that by breaking up the Ottoman Empire, things would have gone swimmingly, but apparently not. Oh, well, here we go. The nation of Prussia, your faithful ally, is requesting that you come to their aid in the Prussian-Austrian brothers' war against Austria. We'd be stupid not to join in. So let's do it. And I'm going to make the episode a little bit shorter today, because I feel like, you know, starting a war with Austria is probably a good place to end the video and start off, you know, the video tomorrow, hopefully. So, yeah, we're going to leave it here for today. Thumbs up if you have enjoyed this episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. As always, guys, thank you very much for sticking with this long-running series. And, yeah, I appreciate it. So thank you guys very much. And we will see you next time.